Welcome to the deep dive. We try to slice through the tech jargon and get right to the good stuff and complex topics. Today, we're tearing down a bit of a beast of a product, really, to see what it actually does and why it's kind of a quiet hero in high-end video setups, far beyond just sports bars. We're diving deep into the WolfPack Sports Bar 4K 60 hertz seamless 4x4 HDMI Matrix Switch W video wall processing in HDCP 2.2. Yeah, I know that's a mouthful, but I promise you, by the end of this deep dive, you'll understand why every single word in that name is, well, crucial, and what ingenious solutions it brings to the table. So our mission today is really to unpack this specific product from its detailed spec sheet, understand its underlying magic, and maybe discover the surprising versatility it offers for managing these, complex visual experiences.
Absolutely. And what's truly fascinating here, I think, is how understanding a highly specialized device like this one actually provides a shortcut to grasping the sophisticated engineering that drives our modern visual world. From command centers to immersive retail displays, these kinds of technologies are quietly orchestrating the high-definition experiences you see every day. It's quite something.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Our listeners, they're pretty well versed in what 4K 60 hertz means for resolution and refresh rate, and many probably get 4.4.4 support for color too. But in a complex matrix system like this, maintaining that uncompromised signal, from input to multiple outputs without degradation, well, that sounds like a significant technical hurdle. What's the secret sauce in this Wolfpack unit that ensures such high-quality signal integrity?
Yeah, you've really hit on a critical point there. It's one thing for like a single cable to carry a pristine 4K 60 hertz 4.4.4 signal. That's straightforward enough. But to do it consistently across multiple inputs and outputs through a switch without any compromise, that's where the engineering really shines. The 4.4.4 support specifically ensures all the color information is preserved, so you're getting true, like, professional grade color accuracy and crisp detailing, not some compressed version. Most consumers probably don't realize that even a lot of 4K content often sacrifices some color info for bandwidth, but with a unit like this, you're basically future-proofing your setup. You're ensuring that when, true pro-grade content or maybe next-gen gaming really saturates the market, you're not missing a single nuance in color. And of course, it's fully backward compatible too. It supports resolutions down to 4K at 30 hertz, 1080p, 1080i, and 720p as well.
That's impressive fidelity. Really is. Now, let's talk about a common pain point, right? We've all been there watching something crucial, maybe the final seconds of a game, and the screen just goes black for a few seconds during a source change. It completely kills the momentum, doesn't it? This unit promises seamless switching. How does it actually make those jarring transitions just vanish, almost like magic?
Right, it's all about maintaining a continuous visual stream. Seamless switching means exactly that. No noticeable black screens, no flickering, no interruptions at all when you switch between video sources. It aims for an instantaneous, glitch-free transition. Imagine, like you said, a busy sports bar with multiple games on different screens, or maybe a live presentation where you're jumping between a laptop and, say, a document camera. That fluidity keeps the audience fully engaged. It really transforms what could be a disruptive experience into something smooth and professional.
Okay, so seamless switching keeps your audience engaged, definitely. But that's only half the battle, right? Once you have multiple sources, how do you even get them to the right screens without, a tangled mess of cables and constantly swapping things manually? That sounds like where the 4x4 HDMI matrix switch part becomes your sort of control center, orchestrating all the visual feeds. How does that specific configuration, the 4x4, allow you to flexibly route your video sources?
Yeah, think of it exactly like that, like a sophisticated traffic controller for your video signals. A 4x4 HDMI matrix switch just means you have 4 independent HDMI inputs and 4 independent HDMI outputs. And this system allows you to route any one of those 4 input sources, could be a cable box, Blu-ray player, streaming stick, computer, whatever, to any of those 4 output displays. And, crucially, simultaneously and independently. So, display 1 could show the basketball game, display 2 a news channel, and displays 3 and 4 could both be showing the football game, all from different inputs. It's all about maximum flexibility and control. And it's supported by robust standards like HDMI 2.0 and both HDCP 1.4 and the important HDCP 2.2 with an 18 Gbps bandwidth to handle all that data flow.
Okay, this is where it gets really exciting for me. Video wall processing and multi-view. We see these massive dynamic displays in public spaces all the time, right? Like that huge screen at a concert or a bank of security monitors. How do these capabilities actually transform a display setup from just showing one source on one screen to something truly immersive or really informative?
Yes. These features are where the system really unlocks some incredible creative and functional possibilities. The unit supports true video wall functions, multi-viewer, and scalar functions too. So for a video wall, it takes a single video source and essentially stretches it across multiple screens, making them act as one giant coordinated display. Think of a retail space with one huge eye-catching ad across, say, 4 screens. Then, for multi-viewer functionality, it can do the opposite in a way. It shows multiple sources simultaneously on a single screen, often in layouts like quad view. You could have a security control room monitoring 4 camera feeds on just one monitor, or maybe a broadcast studio reviewing multiple program feeds at once. And the sort of secret sauce, as you called it earlier, that makes all this flexible is the built-in scaler. It's quite intelligent. It adjusts the resolution of any incoming signal to perfectly match the display it's going to. So whether you're sending a 1080p stream to a 4K video wall, or maybe shrinking a 4K feed for a smaller monitor, it prevents distorted images or those annoying black bars or pixelation. It ensures every screen looks its absolute best, no matter the source or the destination display.
Right, and for anyone who's ever dealt with that frustrating blank screen trying to watch a protected movie, you know the headache HDCP can cause. Just, hmm. hmm. But this unit also features HDCP 2.2 and EDI management. What seems important here is that this switch isn't just compliant, it sounds like it's designed to actively manage HDCP 2.2 across all its ports. Does that really eliminate those frustrating handshake issues you sometimes see with less robust equipment? And what exactly does the EDI management part do to help avoid those headaches?
You're absolutely right. HDCP, which stands for High Bandwidth Digital Content Protection, is the industry standard for, well, protecting content. And HDCP 2.2 is crucial for playing modern 4K content from sources like new DirecTV receivers, cable boxes, Fire Sticks, Rokus, Apple TVs, all the current stuff. Without proper HDCP 2.2 compliance across the whole chain, you simply won't see that protected content. You just get a blank screen, which is incredibly frustrating. This matrix switch ensures all its HDMI ports are compliant, so you don't have to worry nearly as much about compatibility issues with the modern sources. And the EDI management part. That's where this device truly becomes a problem solver. EDI, that's extended display identification data, is basically how a display tells a source device what it can handle. Resolutions, refresh rates, audio formats. That communication breaks down, which happens more often than you'd think. You get those handshake failures or the wrong resolution showing up, or sometimes no picture at all. So this unit intelligently manages that EDI conversation between all your sources and displays. It acts like a master negotiator, if you will, ensuring they talk to each other smoothly and consistently. It makes setup and daily operation far less frustrating.
It's definitely not just about the visuals, though, is it? Audio can absolutely make or break an experience. This system highlights some pretty comprehensive audio capabilities. Things like independent audio switching and analog audio extraction. How does this level of audio control enhance the overall flexibility of the system?
Oh, it's incredibly powerful for creating customized experiences. Really powerful. Independent audio switching means you can effectively separate the audio stream from its original video source and route it completely independently. So, for example, you could have, say, a silent video presentation playing on a screen while a totally separate specific audio track, maybe narration or background music, is playing through the main speakers. Or think about a retail environment again. You could have different background music zones playing while multiple video displays are showing silent product ads. And the inclusion of those 3.5mm analog audio inputs, plus both 3.5mm and SPDIF digital audio outputs. Well, that means you can easily extract audio out to external sound systems, like hooking up to a powerful amplifier for that sports bar scenario, or maybe just routing audio to headphones for a focused monitoring station. It gives you complete mastery over both the visual and the auditory landscape.
And wow, the array of control options for this system is pretty impressive too. Front panel push buttons, an IR remote, RS-232, TCP/IP, WB BUI, and even APP control. This breadth sort of screams professional integration, but also maybe user-friendly versatility.
Absolutely, yes. That diverse set of control options really speaks to its adaptability for almost any scenario you can think of. For quick, on-the-spot adjustments, you've got the front panel buttons or a simple IR remote, easy enough. But then for more complex, integrated systems like those you'd find in smart homes, conference rooms, or big automation setups, the RS-232 serial control and the TCP/IP Web GUI offer robust, reliable network-based control. And the APP control adds another layer of convenience, letting you manage the whole system maybe from a tablet or a smartphone while walking around. It really ensures that whether you're a seasoned AV installer putting this in a commercial venue, or maybe even a home enthusiast setting up an advanced media room, you have intuitive and powerful ways ways to manage your entire setup.
Okay, so let's look at the raw specifications for a second. These are the numbers that kind of back up all these features we've been discussing. Talk about a type FXX MVM 400 4K 60. It weighs in at 940 grams, which is about 4.41 pounds, so not too heavy. And the size is pretty compact, 11 by 4.65 by 1.73 inches. It runs on a standard 12-volt 3-amp DC power supply, and the maximum power consumption is listed at 22 watts. Pretty efficient for what it's doing.
And when it comes to actually getting that high bandwidth signal where it needs to go, the transmission distances are quite robust for a direct HDMI connection without extenders. You're looking at typically 10 meters. That's about 30 feet for those pristine 4K 60 hertz signals we talked about. And you can push it up to 15 meters or around 45 feet for 1080p at 60 hertz. That's assuming, of course, you're using qualified high-speed HDMI cables. Those distances are pretty key for planning installations, making sure the signal integrity holds up over typical room lengths.
And just for some context on the company, this powerhouse comes from WolfPack, which is a registered trademark of HDTV Supply, Inc. They brand themselves as a 24-year global home for audio and video products, and they've been certified since 2003. So yeah, they've clearly been in this AV game for quite a while. And for anyone curious about the investment level, today it's listed at $850. The part number is SPW-HDTV 444K60, and the UPC is 7283506899903. If you were looking to actually get one, the site says it usually ships the same business day, which is pretty quick.
So yeah, if we just take a step back for a moment, this WolfPack Sports Bar 4K 60 hertz seamless 4x4 HDMI Matrix Switch, it's clearly not just some technical box with a very long name. It's really a powerful, flexible, and surprisingly elegant solution. It's designed specifically to solve those real-world challenges of managing dynamic, high-quality video and audio distribution in pretty complex environments. It truly embodies how ingenious engineering can make sophisticated AV setups seem almost effortless to the end user.
Which, raises an important question for you, the listener, to maybe think about. Given everything we've just uncovered about this device's impressive capabilities, I mean, from its pristine 4K 60 hertz 4.4.4 video and that really smooth, seamless switching, to its powerful video wall processing, the smart EDI management that solves headaches, that flexible independent audio routing, and all those diverse control options. Okay, beyond a sports bar, what other creative or maybe practical applications can you imagine for this kind of advanced AV system? Think about your everyday life, maybe a business or even your, dream home theater setup. What kind of problems could this sort of central video and audio command center solve for you? Something to ponder. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Keep learning, keep exploring, and we'll see you next time.